Hello, I'm Peter Anderson and welcome to The Red Line. Does life ever get just too dull? Do you ever think, I just want to go out and do something a little bit silly? Well, I've got the answer. In fact, Audi Sport has the answer. I'm here at The Bend in South Australia. It's Australia's newest racetrack. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's still a bit of a dust bowl, but we've got a skid pan and we've got an Audi R8. In fact, we have two Audi R8s and we get to slide them like lunatics. And that's just the start.
Okay. Back into Quattro.
Yep.
You've got to start the turn quite hard,
yep,
and then it's a big dose of throttle. You can get to 100% throttle in these.
All right.
Remember, start to turn in,
yep,
get it turned, and a big crack in the throttle, because it will try and go where the front wheels are pointed.
Yep.
But you've got to be aggressive on the throttle.
All right.
Lift your eyes up, look to the exit where you're trying to get the vehicle to.
All right.
The rest is easy.
See how we go.
Good to go, when you're ready. Turn it in, crack the throttle.
Applications throttle, stay at full throttle a little bit longer to let the angle get created first before we stop it before the angles actually happen.
So they're trying to get me to drift the Quattro. So in front of me, and we'll drive that next, is the R8 rear wheel steer, rear wheel series, rear wheel steer, which is much easier to get sideways. So we're gonna give that a crack again. Stay on the throttle.
We'll pay for the fuel. Away you go. Big crack.
Drive it out. So that moment where we pause, Quattro will actually help you pull the car out of the corner at that critical moment. So you can stay on the throttle a little bit longer.
So, because I don't do this a lot, I'm being a bit sooky on the throttle. So it's quite counterintuitive because I'm in the Quattro. It's counterintuitive, which means I've got to think against what I want to do on the road, which is get off the throttle, because obviously I'm liable to spear off into the distance. It's quite nerve-wracking, even though you know you can't hit anything. That's quite boy, it's fun though. As soon as the car lets go, you just oof.
Longer this time.
All right.
Drive it out of all that throttle.
Okay.
Good to go.
Oh!
That's the way Quattro actually works. We're driving all four wheels. We can work on actually being really positive on the exit of the corner.
That was insane.
That's good.
That was awesome.
That's good. Bit of fun.
So the funny thing about this track is I sound like I'm driving really badly because the tyres are squilling, but we're told by these wonderful gentlemen here at Audi Sport that the surface is quite slippery, so it makes it sound like you're just understeering all over the place. We're not. This car is more understeery than, say, the BMW M2, and I stand by my assertion that this isn't as much fun on the track as the M2, but it's still an enormous amount of fun. I mean, driving on a racetrack, it's one of life's great pleasures. It really is. Good run. Oh yeah. Bit early on the brakes there. Hey. Terrible out of that corner. Absolutely terrible. That's the great thing about a day like this. You get to just keep doing it until you get it right. And it doesn't matter if you can't string it all together because you're having so much fun. And you're not driving your own car. So you're not ruining your tyres, your engine, your gearbox, your brakes. Right, stupid helmet, bad camera angle means we are on a racetrack and going for it. So this video, yet another of my Audi RS day of phoning it in, because it's my phone and I don't have a proper microphone, so I do apologise for the terrible audio. Yeah, RS5 around Tailem Bend, one of the world's newest racetracks.
Alright, here we go. Into turn one, on the brakes. In a straight line, look for your apex cone. Get it right over on that white and red check ripple strip there. Back around to turn two. Bit of brakes for turn three, remember? And we just want to hug that as much as we can as we put on the power, unwind the steering wheel, use all of the track.
This is lovely. The steering on this.
And turn four through the sweeper. Usually run off. I need the random. Very right over on the right hand side here. Through the little S part here.
This is tremendous fun.
Bit of brake, get it to turn in, squeeze the power over the exit.
It's a very technical track, many corners. And, you know, there's this myth
Good
that...
job. Alright, the way, great stuff, Alexa. Right there. Look at the if you somebody out there. There's
This is a lively thing on the track.
Last turn as we get onto the straight, get out, and then we want to get back onto the power nice and early, which will give us a good top speed down the straight.
Oh, that's terrific. I am loving this on the track. It's really good, really positive. You know, it's oh wow, a bit lost for words actually, because I'm busy, but
Alright, on the brakes again for turn one, hard on those brakes, look for your apex mark, get right over on that curve.
so easy to place this car. Steering so positive. It's wonderful. Oh, I've lost my nerve through this big sweeper. The way the rear diff works in this is great. This feels like a mini R8 almost in that respect. The way the rear is working for you.
A bit of brake down the hill.
Torturing the tyres here. It's terrific fun. It's a good track. It doesn't have any kind of big ticket corners, but it's very technical, but not in the pejorative, oh, it's awful, tight, and silly. But you've really got to be thinking about your entry and exit in this. There's no free rides in this track.
Up on the curve a bit, come through there, good, down the hill.
Wow, this is
And as we
great.
come down, we're hard on the brakes again.
But easy to drive.
As we turn in, just trail off. And that's it. Call the other groups.
That was extraordinary
Head in
fun.
for a change again.
What a brilliant track car that is. Like, there's a lot of tyre movement. These are obviously road tyres. And on the road, you'll never really get them up to the kind of temperature that I've got them up to. I mean, here the fronts are running at 62 degrees. It's quite hot for a road tyre. That was such a great introduction to this car. It's so stable, and it's so... The way the rear is helping the car around, that's really something. That was quite exhilarating. Not in the white knuckle sense, but how fast I could go and how quickly I could get into the corners. The brakes are tremendous. Really good brakes. So I didn't get to talk to you very much. There's a lot of what was going on the radio, but my giddy aunt. Wow.
Good.
Okay, another ill-fitting helmet and another Audi. So this is the Audi R8 V10 Plus. So we haven't done this particular car on the red line, but I have driven this car before around a couple of tracks and on the road. It's an exceptional car, and of course it's the most powerful of the Audi R8s. It's also all-wheel drive, and we're doing the long lap of Tailem Bend. So this has 34 corners. It's a very long racetrack. It's almost like it was designed by the person who designed the Civic Type R's front end. Just didn't know.
We'll just roll, obviously, so to make sure you have your foot on the brake. Then hold steer. Stay on the close to the safer and we'll sort of press on. If it gets really long, I'll be watching the whole time anyway. We'll have some fun.
So one of the nice things about the driving experience, and they're trying this out on us today, is having the one-on-one tuition from someone in the lead car. So the car in front, no, it's on that Audi R8 V10, but it's been driven by somebody who is on another planet. They're a proper race driver. So they're going to be telling me what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, and what to do, all while they're doing a lap of a racetrack. These guys are amazing.
Alright mate, let's get into it. So get a bit of speed on there. Big brake down here. That's it. Remember to use those flat parts of the curbs. And get right in there. Same again here.
Precision of this car.
Lovely. Alright, don't forget to turn your head. Be patient on that throttle. Yeah, nice work. And I just hit it. Lovely. That's always good.
So my lead driver just hit
Send me in here, nice and smooth. Get right in there. I'm going to tell you what I've been telling you. So late apex, turn your head. Just be patient with that throttle. Well done mate, lovely job. Group's really good, everyone's driving well, so good stuff.
So, I could barely talk during that, not just because he was coaching me through it. It takes a lot of concentration to drive a track you don't know while following someone else, but the R8, it's just so easy to drive fast, and even though it does move around a lot on the track on road tyres, you never feel like it's getting away from you, and that's really something cool. And I love the way this car responds to your inputs, and just listening to that engine. That's the only bummer about having to wear a helmet. You can't hear that wonderful V10 behind you. And it just revs so happily up to that 8,500 RPM cutout. I love it. You know, halfway through I switched to manual because I realised that it was sort of doing funny things while we were going around. But this car on a track, this is the great thing about these days that you can do too, is that you can take these cars around a racetrack and absolutely flog them, and you don't have to own them because that's expensive. Yeah. It's quite something. Right, so this is the motor corner, and I forgot to say that to you as I got in. So we're doing a little track of cones and other things, and it's all wet. So I couldn't talk through that again because there was a lot to concentrate on. But it is huge fun because you're on the skid pan, it's wet, you're competing, which is even more fun. I'm not really a competitive kind of guy, but it is good fun. and you've got this brilliant chassis underneath you. I did the TTRS, the other car was the RS4. It's so much fun getting out into these low grip conditions and seeing what Quattro can do. That's the main thing. That's what Audi do. That's why they do it. But it's a low stress environment because you're not absolutely on the ragged edge and you're just going to slide and you lift off and you're done. So yeah, it's so much fun. And it doesn't matter what your skill level is. You are going to have fun. It doesn't matter if you're intimidated, and these aren't intimidating cars. It doesn't matter if, you know, there are people that are faster than you. These days are just brilliant.